There was no more divisions, endless scroll. So that universality means, of course, there is no division now. That division is gone. One grew the Spirit's secret unity. So it is, you see, everywhere you find Vasudeva Sarvam Vidhi, everywhere Vasudeva, 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 everywhere one grew the Spirit's secret unity. All nature. Now, this secret unity, even in the physical, even in the substantial matter, all nature felt again the single bliss. So it is the same bliss which is there everywhere. There was no cleavage between soul and soul. There was no barrier between world and God. So that the moment that desire has been uprooted, the division between world and God also has vanished. So these are the consequences of his uprooting, rooting out the desire. Overpowered were form and memory's limiting line. The covering mind was seized and torn apart. It was dissolved, and now no more could be its mind. It was dissolved, and now no more could be. Due to consciousness that made the world was seen. It one consciousness that made the world, because that unity now, the one consciousness that made the world was seen. All now was luminosity and force. All now was luminosity and force. So these are the consequences of taking out that desire. When did he get? This must have happened much earlier, in the early part of his life, of his sadhana, maybe around 1911. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, maybe around that. When that purity was then absolute purity, then things started happening. Painful, hard, painful work, difficult and painful work. That is what he had done. All now was luminosity and force. That is why there is the purity of his expression everywhere afterwards. In the Life Divine and his Arya writing, you have that force everywhere, absolutely flawless. Open any page, any sentence, any word. Abolished in its last thin fainting trace, the circle of the little self was gone. The separate being could no more be felt. It disappeared and knew itself no more, lost in the Spirit's wide identity. Well, these are now elaborations of that experience of taking the desire out completely. So that is a crucial stage, you see, whole thing. His nature grew a movement to the all. Again, you see, is elaborating. Movement to all. That unity, that identity, that oneness of consciousness everywhere, one bliss everywhere, exploring itself to find that all was He. Vasudeva, that is the great Vasudeva experience, you see. In fact, the Vasudeva experience was in maybe around August 1908 in the jail. Exploring itself to find that all was He. His soul was a delegation of the all that turned from itself to join the One Supreme. Turned itself. He had taken the mortal birth, he is joining up now back to the Supreme. Turned transcendent was the human formula. Well, these are now relatively straightforward, you see. Transcendent was the human formula. Man's heart that had obscured the inviolable, assumed the mighty beatings of a God. Even man's heart now is beating the way the heart of God beats. Man's heart that had obscured the invaluable assumed a mighty beating of God. His shaking mind sees in the truth that knows. Sees in the truth that knows. So mind is not thinking now of itself. What the mind is thinking is what that truth is thinking. His life, so he has assumed, he has talked of the heart of the human formula, mind and life. His life was the flow of the universal life. So that is the kind of universality now he has got. The moment he has removed that desire, as if that desire was confining himself to himself, he stood fulfilled on the world's highest line. That is the reward of his sadhana, of his yoga. Fulfilled the fruit, the fructification of his yoga. He stood fulfilled. So what a great contribution she has done by not responding to his prayer immaturely. He stood fulfilled at the world's highest line, on the verge of the transcendent and the unknowable, awaiting the ascent beyond the world, awaiting the descent, the world to save. Who is awaiting? Awaiting the ascent beyond the world, awaiting the descent, the world to save. So that is the double purpose, the ascending triangle and the descending triangle. And the fulfillment is here on the highest line of the world. A splendor and a symbol wrapped the earth. Serene epiphanies looked and hallowed was surrounded. Wise infinitives were close and bright. A splendor and a symbol wrapped the earth. Serene epiphanies looked and hallowed was surrounded. Wise infinitives were close and bright epiphanies leaned near and kin. Sense failed in the tremendous lucency. Actually, our senses do not really grope and sense things in luminosity. When there is a brightness, the sense cannot really understand what it is. It fails to see. Where it happens in our case also, when there is a great dazzling light, your eye can't see anything. Your eye can't see anything at all. It gets blinded with light. Sense failed in that tremendous lucency. Ephemeral voices from his hearing fell, and thought potent no more sank large and pale, like a tired god into mysterious seas. Tired god into mysterious seas. Who is tired god? Thought. Thought is a tired god now. Into mysterious, he is sinking now into the mysterious sea. The robes of mortal thinking were cast down, leaving his knowledge bare to absolute sight. Face driving seas and nature's sleeping spur. Nature's sleepless spur. She is prompting you all the while, spurring you. Face driving seas and nature's sleepless spur. The athlete heavings of will was still in the omnipotence unmoving in the omnipotence, unmoving peace, everything comes to standstill. Life in his members lay down vast and new there in his physical. Naked, unwalled, unterrified, it bore the immense regard of immortality. Life is now in him looking at immortality. Life in his members lay down vast and new, naked, unwalled, unterrified, it bore the immense regard of immortality. The last moment died, and all at once grew still. We have described physical, vital, mental, everything has stopped now. The last moment died, and all at once grew still. The weight that was the unseen transcendence hand laid on his limb the Spirit's measureless seal. In infinity swallowed him into shoreless trance. So his prayer is now answered. He was standing still on a pedestal, firm and all that. The last moment died, and all at once grew still. A weight that was the unseen transcendence hand. So actually it is the transcendence himself who is putting that hand on him at this point. Varada Hasta, the hand of blessing, is there on his head. A weight that was the unseen transcendence hand laid on his limb, the Spirit's measureless seal. Infinity swallowed him into shoreless trance. So that is the great reward he is getting now.